Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Rose token. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now, if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check that out before watching this one so that you have more context. Now, jumping into the weekly chart. So, the last update was on December 29th that we did on Rose, and this means that we just opened up a candle above the 20 EMA, and straight away I did tell you that the 20 EMA on the weekly chart would be a very important level, important support level to hold. Now, as you can see, we did open up a candle below the 20 EMA over here, and right now we're breaking above it. So this can be a little fake out, but mainly what I don't want to see happen is us starting to close below the 20 EMA and then start hitting our head on the 20 EMA. So that would be sort of negative. At that point, I would look at this support over here at 25 cents, which is the previous all-time high that we have here on this Fibonacci retracement that has the all-time high during the March peak and the swing low during the June bottom over here. So if we are to retest this support level, this would be bullish in my opinion, because this is a key support level that we need to hold for the long term. Now, if we are to lose this support level, then I would be looking at the 55 EMA on the weekly chart, because that is a level that we haven't bounced off of in a very long time. As you can see, Rose has been very bullish. We've been in this constant uptrend over here. We're printing higher highs and higher lows all the time, and this is very bullish. But now we have started to lose the 20 EMA, and this could be the catalyst, and this could be the reason why we go down all the way to the 55 EMA, so that the gap in between the EMA gets a little smaller. The EMAs come closer together. We consolidate in between, and then we have the breakout in a couple of weeks. That is potentially something that is going to happen. So if you have some spare fiat, just make sure to have some buy orders on the 55 EMA on the weekly chart. That's what I would recommend you do. Now let's jump into the weekly RSI. So as you can see, we did have this white trend line as support, and we did lose it over here. So we had a move to the downside, almost bouncing off this trend line January 3rd. Then we had a move to the upside, and right now we broke down here. So a bearish thing, or a bearish indicator you want to look for, is potentially a bounce off of this resistance and a move to the downside from here. That could be quite negative. If you're looking for a swing trade, that can potentially be a nice swing trade opportunity for you. You take profits here, then when we start pulling back down, you buy back into the project. So that is only if you're looking to swing trade or take profits. This is a good opportunity for us to dollar cost average into all the projects and all the altcoins that are on sale. So zooming out over here, you can see that we did get to the 1.414 on the Fibonacci retracement at 50 cents, almost 51 cents. So if you had the fib from the last update, then you would have had this target and you could have potentially taken some profits, and now you're down around about 45% from that move. So we were targeting the 72 cents price, and from where we are right now, that is still a 137% move. So that is still our target based on this swing high. So once you start breaking through the swing high over here, you are going to be in a technical target to the 1.618. So this is your swing high. This is your first fib level, obviously. You break through that. Here is the point of contact where you broke through. You had even a back test of support, and now you are in a target to the 1.618, and you're still above the first fib level. So you're still technically in this target. You're going to get there at one point, obviously, and not saying that this is going to be the point where we start correcting. We can potentially even get overextended to the second fib level here, getting to $1.39. But we have to hold our horses for now. We have to stay conservative, stay patient, and just simply buy the dips. So 25 cents is the level which I would be looking for. Now, if we start crashing down hard and Bitcoin comes back down below 35K, you can potentially expect to move all the way to the 786 over here on below the 55 EMA. That would mean that we would lose the weekly 55 EMA, which would be bearish, and you would look at 17.5 cents, around about that price, as your entry, because we can potentially have a flash crash and a hard huge wick to this zone and a quick recovery back above the first fib level, and then we continue on with the markets. That is something that potentially can happen. So 17.5 cents is something that you should be eyeballing as well. I know it's quite the pullback from where we are right now. That's another 42%, but altcoins do tend to pull back a lot harder than Bitcoin. Now let's jump into the Binance chart. Now jumping into the fib retracement and the daily chart on the Binance chart, here we are able to take a look at some other oscillators as well, because we are not limited to 2 indicators or 3 indicators, I think it is, on TradingView. So here we did have this white trend line, and we did lose it as you can see, we did lose it as support over here, which is kind of bearish. This is bearish in my opinion, because we have been holding this support ever since September. And as you can see, each time you had a bounce off of this support trend line, you had a move to the upside. Here we failed to hold this line as support. We broke down. We had a bearish cross on the daily chart where the 20 EMA, the yellow line, crosses below the 55 EMA, and that is a bearish indicator, and that is potentially telling you that you are going to see further moves to the downside. And we do have a Fibonacci retracement over here, as you can see, but we did manage to print a higher high. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust this fib retracement and have that as our swing high, and the swing low is still here, September 28th. So as you can see right now, what is happening is we're landing on the 0.5 support, which is relatively bullish, because this is a strong support zone that you've held back here in January. So holding this zone would be very, very good in my opinion. But since we just had a bearish cross on the daily chart, that potentially means that you can have even another leg down and print a lower low and get all the way down here to the golden ratio. So potentially have some buy orders opened up at around about 24.85 cents over here, which is the golden ratio. And as you can see, we've held that zone previously over here. We had a move to the upside, went back down, back tested the golden ratio as support, and then continued on with the movements. So obviously you don't want to be losing the July bottom over here, because that would be very bearish in my opinion. Losing this low would be your potential bear market there, and losing this swing low over here in September would be very bearish as well. So the absolute bottom that I see over here for Rose is over here at the 786. So realistically, I don't see us going any lower than 19.5 cents over here, because if you start pulling back down lower and you start losing swing lows, you are going to be in technical targets to the downside, and we don't really want to see that. Now jumping into some of the oscillators on the daily chart over here, you can see that we do have lower lows over here, and we are failing to break this high over here, and we're pulling back down even lower. If you see yourself get any lower to So I just added some support and resistance lines to the daily RSI over here, and you can see that we are in this sort of symmetrical triangle, and you do see points of contact over here. You have a little fake out over here, a little fake out over here, and a back test of resistance over here. And you have this white trend line, which is an important support zone. So if we are going to lose this support zone over here, you are potentially going to move all the way down here to the oversold zone. And that is only if Bitcoin starts pulling back down. And I don't envision that, because Bitcoin is quite bullish at the moment. But with any black swan event, you should be ready with your buy orders and your stable coins ready on your wallets. But yeah, draw this out on your daily RSI. This is pretty important in my opinion. However, on the daily stochastic RSI, you have bottomed out over here, which is potentially, and you're starting to reverse the trend, which means that you are going to be moving to the upside from here on. And this is potentially our local bottom over here for Rose. We bottomed out here at the 0.5, and from there we're going to start moving to the upside. So that is pretty much it, guys. If I missed out anything on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do post technical analysis in there. We have a Telegram chat and a Discord server with a great community of people who are willing to help all the newcomers. Also, feel free to check out our Patreon. It's a great way for me to give back to those who support me. We do have low cap jump calls in there, buy alerts, sell alerts, project reviews, market sentiment analysis, and all that kind of stuff. So all the links are in the description. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.